Hi and welcome. Good morning. It's almost 3 o'clock. It's going to be a very short video compared to my earlier videos because I'm going to deal with not a lengthy topic like the crisis and everything, but it's very important. It is why MBA. Every day I get about 20 messages that's on my email and Pagal Guy and blog comments and there's that. And 80% of those are why MBA and why should I choose a particular specialization and all that. So I'm going to take up why MBA in this video. I actually have 4 points with me, and the first being the most important, that MBA is not aimed to teach you finance, not aimed to teach you marketing, not IT, not operations. It aims to teach you business. Okay. Why are they teaching finance, marketing, IT, and operations and other such relevant topics? Is because they're a part of business. Alright, if you go back to the origin of MBA education, say Harvard for example, in the late 30s or the early 40s, IT probably wouldn't have been a part of their curriculum, okay? Because IT really did not exist much in business those days, but now it does, right? So now it's a part of our curriculum. So what it aims to teach you is business fundamentals and how these are, the broad categories or broad, say, arms and legs and the heart and the brain of a business. Okay, so you need to be able to understand all of this. All right. That is why also you will find that in your MBA curriculum, first term you go in, you have everything there. You have finance, you have marketing, you have HR, you have everything there. It's not like that they teach you first term only finance, second term only marketing. No, they don't teach you like that. It's because they want you to understand how all of these different parts, they come in together and how they gel together and give the whole a shape, which is called an organization, which is called an enterprise or a company, for example. Okay, so that is the basic idea. It's supposed to give you an idea of what business is. When you go into your MBA, and which means you successfully answer this question in the interview, you'll find marketing cases, strategy cases to be very similar. Okay, because they tend to talk about organization as a whole. Okay, what is going to be their strategy, right? So a lot of things overlap when you talk of organization as a whole, because you cannot really segregate finance and marketing and IT and operations. That's why they teach you all of them together, because they all overlap in an organization, right? So that's the whole idea. Moving on, another most important point that I think one should be aware of is that you get to try, in a risk-free environment. Like I've written to a couple of people in response to the email and private messages, the PMs and Pagal Guy, you get to try a lot, okay? Be it in class, in simulations, be it in your term projects, be it some contest that you're participating in. You get to try a lot and you get to learn a lot. And the good thing is, you have an incentive to try, which means that you won't be, hesitant to try because the risk is low. When you go out to the corporate, you will not be so eager to try unless you're a natural risk taker, but nevertheless, right, the inclination to try for any individual in a risk-free environment will be more than when the risk exists. So in a corporate, you'll rather follow the safe route than take risks and try new things out because there's a lot at stake. Here there's nothing at stake. Probably a couple of marks in your project is at stake. That's all, right? So you get to try a lot, and what that does is allows you to learn. Okay, if you try and fail, you know where you failed, why you failed. Alright. Thirdly, you get exposed to a variety of subjects. Okay, some people say, as a panel cross question is, why do you need to even come to an MBA college and learn about business? You could just sit in the company, work for 5-10 years, you'll automatically know about the business, right? But that's not the case. Yes, you will know, but that will be very, boxed in view of things. When you come for an MBA, there are a lot of subjects that you'll have never heard of, and you will never know while you're working there in organization, right? I wrote that again to somebody on the PM, I guess, that there are various subjects that you'll be exposed to when you're part of an MBA, alright? Like organization design, for example, okay? macroeconomics, for example, and you never know what catches your interest. Okay, had you been working, this may not have happened. For me, I was never into economics. Okay, in second term, I was very fascinated by macroeconomics, and I still am. Okay, I don't think how this would have happened had I continued working. 3 years I was working, it didn't happen, right? So it might just happen for you. So it's a good thing. Fourth, I think I'll just club two of them together. One of them being you get to build a very good network, right? You get to know a lot of people from your batch who will eventually head out into corporate or set up their own startups or do some social entrepreneurship or work for an NGO and things like that. So basically you end up making a lot of bonds and extending your network beyond what is there today. And last but not the least is the importance of teamwork. Okay, in the corporate, if you've worked, you will know that there are, fights, disagreements, right, rivalry in a group. Okay, and that hampers the decision making. Right. Now, for people who have just walked in or walked into a very important position, okay, and they face a situation like this, then it's difficult for them to react properly to it. Okay, when you go for an MBA, every term you're going to be part of a group, and every subject you're going to get group assignments. Okay, not one, multiple. Okay, so over the period of 2 years, you'll eventually end up making 100 presentations and 100 submissions of group projects. And apart from that, a couple of 10-15 other competitions that you'll take part in, events that you'll organize. So there'll be an unbelievable amount of teamwork. Okay, and how things pan out for you, okay, in your teamwork, how you react, how others react to you when you say something, how does conflict resolution happens, how does decision making happens. All of this is something that you can learn out of this, and slowly when you do it long, these 2 years, it gets imbibed in you. All right, so you learn a lot about yourself while you're working in a team, your performance, your areas of expertise, and your ways of working. Not only that, you also learn how people react to you in a team. Okay, so sometimes you might think that you're doing a great job, and others might think, no, you're not doing a great job. Maybe you're being too authoritative. Okay, something that you would not have thought, but now has come out. Okay, so you get to learn about yourself a lot. You get to learn about others a lot, and most importantly, you get to know how a team properly works and how a team does not properly work in a variety of conditions, in academic projects, in high pressure event organization, in other such many different fields. When you form teams and work, you'll know a lot about this. All right, so essentially these are some of the reasons why one should take up an MBA. And when you're asked the question, this would be your ideal answer. So everybody, please do not copy this. Okay, tweak it and change along your line of work, along your undergrad education, and what you deem to be more important among all of these. There's a small thing that I would like to mention. Research scientists are very bright. Okay, you have to admit, yes. But generally, you will see the R&D department is told by the heads of the organization what to do a research in. All right. Now that might seem a little ironic because, oh come on, the R&D guys are the brightest. But it's the top guys who gives direction. You can do research very well, but you'll have to know what to do your research in, right? So that is why those top guys, they need to have a very good idea of what a business is all about, what customers are all about, what is financing all about, okay, what employees are all about, what is technology all about, what is manufacturing and operations all about. That is why if you aim to be at that position today, tomorrow, in the next 10-15 years, you have to understand all of that. All right, because someday you might be giving orders to the R&D guy. Okay, and you better be sure of what your company is doing. Yeah, so you need to be able to fathom all these aspects of business, right? Okay, so that's the end of it. Any questions you can post on the Pagal Guy thread, or you can post on my blog, and it's there on my signature on Pagal Guy. And I believe many of you have my email ID already, and you can probably drop me an email. Yeah, okay, good night.